South Korea has the lowest fertility rate in the developed world. Last year, even fewer babies were born here in the nation. As women are giving birth later than before, the average age of first birth rose as well. Rae-hyun helps us look beyond the concerning digits.
Kids later rather than sooner. At least that's what most young South Koreans have in mind these days.
I think younger people tend to focus more on their own lives. Marriage and having children can lead to some restrictions. So I think that's why young people aren't having kids early.
I think it's because of the high living cost in Korea. Because it costs a lot to raise a child, like education-wise and just living and just food costs and everything. So people tend to marry later and kids later after they have their career and those stuff in place and their housing and stuff. So I think that's why people have babies late.
A report released by Statistics Korea on Wednesday shows that the median age of women giving birth in South Korea stood at 33.4 in 2021. That's 0.2 years older than the previous year and an all-time high since the relevant data was first compiled. The median age of the first birth was 32.6. The birth rate for women aged 25 to 29 fell by 3.1. For women 30 to 34, it fell by 2.9. But for women older than that, it was up 1.2. Statistics Korea says a major factor is the age of marriage.
The average age of people getting married is increasing. That's why the birth rate after the age of 35 rose compared to the year before.
The official also said the number of new marriages has been declining since 2012, along with the population of women of childbearing age. Last year's fertility rate, which is the average number of children born to a woman in her lifetime, fell to 0.81. That's the lowest since the figure was first compiled in 1970 and the lowest rate among 38 OECD countries. The number of babies born in 2021 dropped by over 4% on year to around 260,000. One expert suggests 3 factors that could raise South Korea's birth rate.
Government and the society has to accept that more women are working, so they have to have facilities which can look after their children. They also have to have a affordable shelter like an apartment. Also, the household income should be enough to support the cost of raising a child and maintaining a family as well as shelter. So those factors need to be in the society and provided by the companies or the government.
Meanwhile, the number of babies born this June dropped by a staggering 12.4% compared to a year earlier to just 18,300, the lowest figure for any month of June. Rae-hyun, Arirang News.